All right, you want to guarantee your retirement income, consider a QLAC. Now, it's been a long time since I looked at QLACs. I did a video on it like 3 to 4 years ago, and I don't think I've had any clients, maybe one or two. I don't know, but I can't remember. But I was talking to these people yesterday from Ohio, Fort Dead in Ohio, and just legends. And they had bought a QLAC 2 years ago. All right, so what happens here? And I asked if I could use their information to run these numbers. And they said, absolutely, to do a video. So their name is John and Mary Smith, or John and Jane Smith. They live at 121 Main Street, I don't know, friggin' Santa Claus, Ohio. Isn't there a town called Santa Claus someplace? And their social security is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now you know I've revealed client information. Now you know. And they each got $10 million sitting in IRAs. Anyway, so here's what they have. So John, now this is 2 years ago. All right, so John is now 58, Jane is now 62. But 2 years ago, they both bought a QLAC for $155,000. That's how much they both contributed. That's going to pay out when they're 73. Jane's is going to pay out for $22,000 a year. John is going to pay out $29,000 a year. Now, the reason that there's a discrepancy in payout is because John is a man. All right, so because John's a man, his life expectancy is lower than Jane's, and that Jane also is going to have. She'll get access to hers 4 years before John will, because Jane was 60 when she took this out. So it only had 13 years before she got access to it. Where John was 56 before he took this out. So he had 17 years before he gets access to it. All right. Now, in our software, we're assuming their life expectancy is 90 years old. So each of these people will get an annuity that's going to pay for at least 17 years, we think. I mean, the annuity will pay as long as they're alive. But for my life expectancy in the software is just 17 years old. But that doesn't, 90 years old. But that doesn't matter in this regard. All that matters is how much are they going to get based on the life expectancy that the insurance company provided. It has nothing to do with what we think their life expectancy is. And the interest rate and how much they're putting in. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So first thing we got to do is figure out if this is a good deal. We say, what if we're right now, how much would it cost to guarantee $22,000 a year for Jane's next 17 years? So we're going to say we're 73 years old right now. We're going to get $22,000 a year guaranteed until we're dead, essentially until we're 90. For us, that's what we're going to look at this for a calculation. So what we do is we take our trusty calculator. Again, we're assuming we're 73 years old right now to say how much would I need to contribute right now to an income annuity to get $22,000 a year as a 73-year-old woman. All right, so we're just going to assume 4% is the interest rate because that's basically the 10-year treasury right now. So 4% is our interest rate. Our life expectancy is 17 years because we expect to die at 90. And again, we're 73 right now. So our life expectancy is 17 years. We got 17 years left. Our payment is going to be $22,000 a year, a payment. Our future value will be nothing because when we die, there's no more residual. It's done. So we would need to have a lump sum right now at a 4% interest rate of $267,000. All right, $267,000 for Jane to get the equivalent of $155,000 when she was 60 years old. We'll circle back to this. Hang tight, everybody. John is going to get $29,000 a year as his payment, and everything else is the same. So he would get compute present value. His lump sum would be $352,000. Right? His lump sum he would need at a 73-year-old lady, a guy, to get $29,000 a year would be $352,000. Well, he didn't put $352,000. He only put $155,000. $155,000. So we got to figure out $155,000 is our present value. All right, $155,000 is our present value. Right there. $352,000 is essentially our future value. I got someone call me, hang tight. Remember where I left off because I got rudely interrupted by my wife. How dare she? Anyway, so again, we put in $155,000 as a 56-year-old man. That's going to pay us $29,000 a year when we're 73. Right? if we fast forwarded until we're 73, that same $29,000 a year at a 4% interest rate would cost us $352,000. So really what we got to figure out is 155 today is our present value, our future value is 352. What kind of interest rate is that giving us over the next 17 years? So what we do is we take our present value, 155,000, we take our future value, 352,000, we put 17 years in there. We don't make any payments, and we're going to get the equivalent of a 4.9%, basically 5% interest rate on that. Essentially, 155,000 today will, if it grows at basically 5% a year, will give us 352,000 in 17 years. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Better than a 10-year treasury right now. 10-year treasury is 4.1. Now we'll do the same with Miss Jane. So Jane starts at 20. Her lump sum is $267,000. Again, if she were 73 today, and she needed this annuity, she would have to put in $267,000. Again, assuming a 4% interest rate she got on that. All right, so 267 is going to be our future value. All right, future value. 155 is our present value. We're not making any payments. We're just dumping it in there. And we got, she only has 13 years because she took it out when she was 60, and she's going to get paid at 73. So John has 17 years from 56 to 73. Jane's only got 13 years from 60 to 73. That makes sense? Of course it does, because I'm explaining it. Because I'm explaining it, it makes sense. So we're going to use 13 as our N. And her 4.27. 4.27, which is basically the 10-year treasury. Guaranteed, in this case by the Knights of Columbus, which is a highly rated insurance company. Guaranteed. Now, the best thing about this is what I was telling them. So basically, between old John and Miss Jane here, they're going to get 29 plus 52. That's friggin' $51,000 a year of income, plus another odd 50 odd something of Social Security. And that's at 73, they're going to have over $100,000 of income. But it's not adjusted for inflation. Social Security is. What does that allow them to do? It allows them to take more risk with the remaining investments that they have. About $1 million. Because they have $100,000 of guaranteed income when they hit 73 years old. That means they can be more risky. So, like, this doesn't adjust for inflation. Well, their portfolio will, potentially. I mean, I can't guarantee that. The remaining portfolio. It's a great move, dude. It's a great move. Anyway, I would highly consider that. If I had that kind of liquidity, in terms of if I had over $1 million and I want more peace of mind for my retirement scenario, I think a QLAC, and I'm not going to talk about RMDs and all that stuff because that doesn't matter. You still got to pay taxes on it. That's all that really matters here. But I'm like, this allows me to be more risky with my portfolio because it takes some of the downside off because I have this guaranteed income. I'm a big fan. All right, love your thoughts. If you ever looked at a QLAC, put in the show notes, man. Love to hear what you think. But the market gives us a better rate of return. You don't know that. You don't know. And we're not saying you can't have the market. We're saying we're hedging it. What if you're wrong? Well, the guaranteed income looks great. I'll have the Great Depression. What if you're right? Japan. What if you're right? All right, the guaranteed income doesn't look as good relative to your portfolio, but your portfolio is still taking advantage of it. All right, don't forget to paw that like button. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.